Hi, Flosstube. It's Daphne, Mama Metzger, here for another update. Basically, a magical school stitches and literature update, but other stuff. So, grab your stitching, grab your beverage of choice, whatever you're drinking. I'm not so sick this time around, so I'm not drinking anything this time. I did end up with strep throat, so I did go down pretty hard. My whole house ended up with it. It was super fun with 6 people with strep throat. Yay, my house. So I did tend to stitch on stuff that was a little easier to stitch on. Look at that, babies. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Anyways, we're all better now. We're on the mend. The husband was the last one to get it. He's in the middle of antibiotics, and then he will be right as rain. So we're all doing better. So let's get into it. I do have haul because when you're sick, why not shop online or peruse Facebook, which I did a lot of. So I do have haul. So I have this habit of finding patterns that people do and going, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Where did you get it? And they say, oh, it's out of print. You can't have it. What? What do you mean I can't have it? I want it. So I found this one and she says, I think it's out of print, but go check the website. So I checked 123 Stitch. Not there. So I checked her actual website. So it's a Sue Hillis design and she had it in stock. And so I was like, yes. So I don't know if she's not printing anymore, but she has what she has in stock, or if maybe information was misdone. But y'all, I've already made the statement that I don't have a whole lot of Santas in my house, but y'all keep on making pirate Santas, and I'm going to have a pirate Santa house for Christmas. What? And not only did I not know about this pirate Santa, ain't he cute? But she has a whole line, an entire line of these things. So we got the pirate Santa, and they come with charms, which I didn't realize that they came with the charms, and I had seen that you could purchase the charms, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just stitch it and put something else there, put nothing at all. But they come with the charms, which I thought was super cool. And I did slightly have a panic attack because I am spoiled with 123 Stitch. So 123 Stitch will generally send me an email confirmation that they have sent my package, or at least printed the label that they're sending it the day of, if not the next day. Sue Hillis Designs did not send me. It was like, I think going on day 4 or 5, and I'm like, oh, where's my package? It was out of print and you're not going to send it to me. And then it just showed up in my mailbox. They just didn't send me a confirmation. So if you ever have that, if you order from her, just know you may not get a confirmation. So we got the Santa. And then why work when you can pillage and plunder? The beatings will continue until morale improves. Arg, another day, another ship. And then she sent me a free one. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Now there is, it's an entire line of pirates. I need them all. I need them. We are pirates. I'm a pirate. Plain and simple. I have to have them all. So I will be making another order soon because heaven forbid they go out of print and then I can't have them and then I'll be very upset. So I need them all. But this is what I have so far. So I was super excited about that. And then before I ordered these, I've been wanting this for a while. And I did order the fabric too, but it's in the whip pile. So you'll see it in a little bit. But I went ahead and ordered Merry Christmas, My Dear. And I got that with the 3 fancy flosses that it called for. So we got licorice red, and it is showing up a lot redder than it is in person. But there's licorice red, brown bear, which is showing up pretty good. And then the lemongrass. And then I went to my local thrift store looking for frames, which you'll see one in a minute, because School of Magical Stitches and Literature has decided that you need to do a stitch from the 1990s for extra credit. Guys, as an elementary school in the 1990s, I didn't start high school until 2001. And I know there's other kids that were cross-stitching in elementary school. Not me. Nope. Nope. My mom didn't do it. No. So I went looking, and this Santa is not for me, but I do know that other people like Santa, and I found it there, and I think I paid for this, a frame, and a framed piece of Christ. I paid $3. So we're talking pennies. And so I'm going to use it as a giveaway one of these days because I know people really like their Santas, and I loved how his cloak was a quilt. So, and it's real nice, heavy duty pattern in good condition. So I just picked it up because it was there and it was cute. I won't stitch it, but somebody else will love it. So I picked up this cross stitch Christmas. It's got some cute stuff in it. It is from 1998. It does have a stocking in it, which I'm not too terribly interested in, but I am interested in this. It is a tree skirt. Now, my mother has made a tree skirt, like hand stitched a tree skirt when she was younger, and it's the one I have. She gave it to me when I moved out. But this is stitched on a 10 count fabric, and so I'm thinking I'd love the deer, and so I'm thinking if I do it on a different fabric, it'll squishy down and be a small ornament. And then you've got these ornaments up here too. So that'll be super cute. Sorry for my pause there. Somebody's knocking at my door. Husband's taking care of it. That was my grandpa. So I'm talking pennies, and I know I've got some random Monaco running around, and they've got some other small ornaments in here that I can do for that 1990s stitch. So that's that. And then I know that Julie at Kansas City Girl in Colorado World does English paper piecing. And I've done it since before I started cross stitching. I did it when I was quilting. It's a really good scrap buster. And so I did pick up a notebook for hexagons because I like doing the hexies. I know she does something different. Hers were different, like diamond shaped, I think is what they were looking like. But I've got hexies, and so I wanted to be able to sketch out my designs. So I got that. I think that is all for haul. So we'll move on to, it's an FO that you haven't seen, but I've already FFO'd it too. So here it is. It's done. Let's try and get the glare done. All that gray is done. Bum, 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 bum. It's done. And this is a frame I got at the thrift store, and it's actually like a heavy duty, like no joke frame. I was real excited. And I got it. I framed it myself. My husband didn't do it for me. I did lace it. And the only reason why he didn't do it is I got impatient. I wanted it done now. I went to the store, I got the frame, and I didn't want to wait 10 minutes. I wanted it done now. How dare I have to wait 10 minutes? So I did it. So she's coming to pick it up tonight, which is another reason I'm getting this video done now, because I wanted to show it to everybody. I am super proud of this piece. It is my first framed piece. And it's not even staying in my house. But it is the first piece that I have framed. Everything else has been a soft finish. So I am super excited about it. I think it turned out fabulous, and she loves it. So there it is. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, what are we going to move on to next? All right, let's get into School of Magical Stitches and Literature. How does that sound? Sound good? Okay, last I talked to you, I believe we had just drank the Polyjuice potion. So we're going to move on to, I don't remember what the task, what we were doing, but I have the tasks. So it was her skeleton will lay in the chamber forever. So we had to do something with a skeleton. So it was a perfect time for me to start Skeleton Crew. So give me just a second to remember what project bag I'm in. And I picked the right one. Hallelujah. Now I did do this for several. So I believe we were supposed to do 200. And I didn't write it down. But so I use this for Her Skeleton Will Lie. There it is. And I did it for Don't Look in Their Eyes. Because you had to pick something that would cause you to be petrified and not dead. And so so a basilisk will kill you if you look in its eyes. So there were some Muggle-borns that looked at it indirectly and became petrified. So one of them looked through a camera. One of them, Hermione, was through a mirror, through water, and through a ghost. And so this one it's a ship. It's on water. Oh, there we go. So I use that for this one. And then Stitch a Restart. That's another one. This was Stitch a Restart. Hang on. Let me make sure I did it on this one. I don't remember. No, so this was just for don't look in the eyes, and it is 200 stitches. So don't look in the eyes, and her skeleton will lay. Now, I had a heart attack, an absolute heart attack. So that's the middle flag, right in the middle. That does not look like enough fabric to finish with 3 inches of border. I had an absolute panic attack. Turns out that this 28 count shrunk to 32 count, which I really like. Turns out I like 32 count. I sat down and counted every little hole. Yes, I'll make it. It'll be fine. But I did have a cringe moment. So there's that. And the glow in the dark, not the easiest thing to work with. Not the hardest thing. So there's that. Oh, putting it in the wrong thing. Look at that. Back in the TARDIS bag. Speaking of TARDIS bags, Becky G, yours is on its way. I sent it out today. I think I already Instagrammed you. So it is on its way. Okay, so the next one was the Phoenix Appears. So for anybody who doesn't know about Phoenix, when they die, they get reborn from the ash that is left behind. They burst into flames and then they are reborn. So you had to do a restart. Okay, so everybody find something wood to knock on. Everybody knock on it. I have not had to restart anything. So I had to take the penalty stitches, in which I did do, I started it, I made a new start because I really wasn't feeling well. And I'd finished, I think I had already finished. Did I already finish that one? And everything I looked at was just too complicated and I didn't want to think. Not that this pattern is uncomplicated, but it was just easier. I don't know. I could wrap my brain around it. So I started Halloween rules. So I got the pumpkin put in and the OLL. Now I am doing a color conversion. A, I was sick. I couldn't go to the store and get the floss. And B, the DMC conversion to this. So all the Lizzie Kates I have seen have been very bright. Okay, very, very bright. When I tried to DMC use the DMC conversion for this purple, it was like a pale gray purple instead of like a wine, like a purple. So I'm just going with the flow and what I have, and I think it looks pretty all right so far. So I'll just make sure that I take note, and I will use this purple throughout in place of where it's at. So I started that, which I'm super excited about. Super excited because I had already finished that piece because it was in here and I needed to start. I needed to fill the bag and start a new start. So that's where that happened. Okay, so then we had to fight the monster, stitch on a weapon. So I used, again, not feeling good. I wanted to use something cutesy. I didn't work at all on my Haid. It was just too much. And same with Lady the Flag. I didn't work on any of those. It was just too much. So I brought out my Harry Potter for this one because there's weapons all over it. All over it. Literally all over it. There's spells. There's wands, brooms. Let's pick up a broom and bash somebody on the head. Horcruxes. Let's bewitch Voldemort. Use him as a weapon. I mean, yeah, let's do it. So I put in, I don't remember who I put in. I've used this for other challenges and we'll go through it, but I put everybody in here. Oh, I think we had a pause. I'm sorry if we did and it jumped. I'm sorry. My phone warned me it was going to do something, but I didn't read fast enough. So anyways, all these little guys got put in. And so that was week 4. That was all of week 4. I got all my homework in. Now, year 2, week 5 was 200 on any project, and you got 1 point apiece. And I put 400 in, and that was 400 more on this. And so I only got 2 points in, but it was all I can do with being sick. And so I'm happy. I got some good progress, and I got all 3 of the main characters put in. So I'm super excited about that. I'm trying to think, what else did I do? Okay, so the Maleficent I used for extra credit for February. I put 500 stitches in her for something that involves words. I also used Skeleton Crew for 200 something for some stitch on something scary. I also used Harry Potter for when you watched it watched the movie and stitched, and I didn't put a whole lot in. Let's see. I know I did more stitching. Let's see. Let's look. Let's look. Yes. I don't know. What did I do this for? I didn't write it down, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure you haven't seen this. I worked more on this guy and got that deer put in. And if you have seen it and I'm crazy, I'm sorry, but there it is again. Got that last deer put, halfway put in. I worked a little bit on the stocking. I didn't put a whole lot in because, again, didn't feel very good. But we'll pull it out and look at it. And now for our homework for the rest of this week, we had to make a list of all our whips. And then they gave out challenges. I've got a daughter walking down the hallway, so we might be interrupted here in a minute. Go talk to your dad, please. No, go talk to your dad, please. Go talk to your dad. So this is what I've got on the deer. Where was I going? Do we remember? On the grades drain. Oh, on this week's homework, or this last half of the week's homework, because we're on a split week, they had us make a list of our whips, and then they had different challenges. And I think the one that I have to do is number 1 and 3 on mine, because I have less than 12 whips. So I have to do 1 and 3. So I have to work on this. I have to do so many stitches on this one and so many stitches on Harry Potter. So I am going to have to take a picture of this because I have 536 stitches towards it for one of our a year-long stitchings, which is 1,000 stitches. So I'm going to have to pause this and then pick it back up. So, but there's where that one's at. And that's my stitching plans for the next, till Sunday. And then I did work a little bit on Glitter House. I was very spacey, and whatever could compute in my brain is what I did. So I hope you can see it. It shows up better, a little bit better on camera than it does in person. I'm not so sure. I hope this frames up real good because that snow almost blends into this fabric. But I got that tree put in and the metallic and a bunch of the snowflakes. Is that snowflake not all in there? It's not. Oh yeah, it is. It's just funny looking there for a minute. So I'm getting there. It's getting there. So there's that. And I think that's all I've worked on cross-stitching wise. Oh, speaking of that Maleficent finish, that's a Stitch 9 finish, guys. That is one of my Stitch 9. It is done and out of here. Woo woo. Done and out, done and out. Oh, I'm throwing needles again. I hope I don't sit on it. So one of the Stitch 9s got done and it's framed and it gets to get out. Okay, so what else have I been up to? Let's see. I quilted. I got back to quilting. So I don't think I've ever mentioned it. My husband and I sat down and realized that we were spending almost between $200 and $300 on wrapping for Christmas. What? That's like, whoa. And I'm talking Dollar Tree, guys. Dollar Tree wrappings, okay? I'm spending $200 to $300 to wrap gifts. So, and did you know that you cannot recycle wrapping paper? It is not recyclable. Whatever they do to it, you cannot recycle it. Not that it matters anyways because I burn it, but it is not recyclable. And so 2 years ago, I made fabric bags for everybody in the house, and we leave them out for Santa Claus, and Santa Claus uses them instead of wrapping paper, which is really convenient for Santa because it takes so much less time to wrap. He just slips them in there and pulls the drawstring closed and bing, bam, boom, done. But they weren't working real well for us anymore. The sizes, I just threw something together. So I wanted to redo them. And I also wanted to redo them to where each member in the family had their own set with their own fabric. That way Santa Claus didn't have to label anymore. And that way Santa Claus and I could put jingle bells on them and embellishments. And I may even put everybody's names on them depending on how crickety I want to go. Because I do have my Cricut maker. And so I may do that too. But anyways, waste not, want not. I didn't want these bags to go to waste, but I really didn't want to use them for bags anymore. And so the kids had been asking me for Christmas quilts. So I was like, sure. I'll just tear these up, in which I did. And so I just made standard, I think these are 6-inch blocks. And this is for Tiki. His favorite color is green. And so, see, we've got Mickey, we've got Rudolph, Jack Skellington, and Grinch all on this blanket. I am going to hand quilt these this summer for their beds using a big stitch method while the kids are playing outside. Gives me something to do outside when there's no more weeds to be pulled in the garden, or I just don't want to pull weeds anymore because he wants to do that. So I did get that done. I also, for anybody on here who doesn't know and who's a Gryffindor or who just wants to know, Gryffindor Pride Day is March 22nd. And so I wanted to be ready. So I ordered myself a Gryffindor shirt, and then I wanted like a hair tie. They don't make them unless they're on Etsy, and I didn't want to go to Etsy and shipping and stuff like that. So I made myself a scrunchie because scrunchies work better in my hair without getting breakage. And then I thought, well, why not make another scrunchie? This one's glittery. I might have a little scrunchie fetish now because I like scrunchies, and they don't take me very long to make at all. Ouch, hang on. Pulling out the legs. So I made those, and then back to the English paper piecing thing. I wanted to, I know, like I said, I know that Julie is doing it, and I know a few others that Flosstube are doing it, and so I know this pattern is online, and if I can find it, I will link it in the down bar. You might need to give me a couple days. But if you guys ever want to like go on the go with it, this is an English paper pieced flower with a snap. And then, see, here's my finished ones back here. This has got my in progress. It holds 2 Altoid tins perfectly, which carry my threads, needles, and my hexagons for another one that's not getting sewn together. And then this pocket here, now it's not left open in the pattern, but it seemed like a wasted pocket for me, and it fits scissors real nice in there. So I will try and link it in there. Now I will tell you, it's a little bit of sewing on the sewing machine, but a lot of it is hand stitching because there comes a point, like see right here, let's see if it'll focus. I don't know, right there, you can kind of see my stitches right there. It just, at least for my sewing machine, if you have a heavy duty sewing machine, it may just be fine. But for my sewing machine, it just couldn't handle that much bulk. But it went right through. But it is a fun little case. And it's little, you know, it slips right in my bag. Because sometimes I know cross stitch is a little hard to take out and stuff, but this is kind of goes too. So if you're ever wanting that for anybody who English paper pieces and whatever wanted to take it. Okay, so that's all of that. Books I have read. I did finish The Clockwork Prince. I did finish it. It was a fabulous book. I have not started The Clockwork Princess yet. I've been trying to make it fit into homework. I don't think it's going to. I think it's just going to have to be one of the free ones that I read for the Ultimate Challenge, which is fine. So I finished that one. And then I finished Queen of Shadows, which, is it this one? Okay, I'm going to be honest. I read this one and this one back to back while I was sick. I should rephrase that. I listened to them while I was sick, so I kind of get them mixed in together. A lot of stuff happens. A lot of stuff, well, lots of stuff happens. If I remember correctly, a lot of this one was fast-paced. This one, it seemed like all the other books was leading to this book happening, and now this one is, okay, let's now get it going. I'm honestly, now let me know if you've read this series, let me know, because I do know that Tower of Dawn is happening at the same time that this is happening. Okay, I like Carol and all, Kale, however you want to say his name. I think it's supposed to be Kale. I had been saying it Carol the whole time, but I think it's supposed to be Kale. I don't know that I want to read a book this big about Kale. Let me be honest. Especially, and I'm going to keep my spoilers to myself, but the ending of this book, I'm ready to hop into to Kingdom of Ash. I want to know what happens, and I want to know what happens now. I don't want to read a 25-hour book that's this book fixing Chaol. I almost, and I have, let's just be honest, I've looked up what the book is about, Tower of Dawn. And I may just go ahead and read Kingdom of Ash and then go back and read Tower of Dawn. I'm sorry for those of you who are reading this series as they were coming out, because it would have sucked to finish this book and then to have to wait for Tower of Dawn to come out and then to have to wait for Kingdom of Ash to come out. That was just rude. Played out rude, because the ending of this is just sad. Sad. I do have to say I am ready for this story to end. I'm done. I am done. I'm a little overdone. So my reading plans, so with the magical stitches, because Prisoner of Azkaban is a thicker book, they are giving us 2 months. It's a 2-month school year this year. So we have more reading opportunities and I have more time to read. And so I am shooting for, give me just a second. I believe, I don't remember. I have it all written down. So bookish extra credit. I got a cat reading. Okay, so we have to reread. So I'm going to reread A Court of Mist and Fury, I believe is the one I wanted to reread. And then they wanted you to read a book from a trilogy. So I am going to start the Cruel Prince trilogy. And then read a book with a supernatural character. I still wanted to read Elvish. I didn't get to it, unfortunately, with being sick and everything. Cat's coming in. So Elvish is on the list. And then Red Dragon, because the page count was 443 and I had to work numbers. I'm not going to go over it, but it worked. So Red Dragon is going to be in there. Now, I need a book with a character with an animal companion. Please, if you have a book with an animal companion that you really like and you really enjoy and you think it would, like, I would love it, let me know. I need that one. And I need, there was another one. Oh, and I'm going to read Dream Thieves because I didn't get to that one too for mystery. There's another one I needed help with. Okay, book authors. SB. Now their initials can be reversed, but SB, BP. Yes, I live with a bunch of little boys. My humor may be a little. Anyways, moving on. RL, JP. If you have an author that you really like that is in those initials, please let me know. I always fail at these initial ones because I just cannot figure it out. I think I did decide that I am going to, they wanted you to do Time Turner, so read a book with a time travel, and they said a time loop would work. So I'm going to read for the first time Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So those are on the list. It's not all of them, but that's the ones that I have written out so far. If you guys could give me help with the other ones, that would be amazing. So I think that's all I have to talk about. I think so. Yep. So, oh no, shout outs. And I have one specifically for Sean at Eclectic Reads. So Kelly Bell, she is doing Simply Meant to Be, and she's just started. She's kind of like about where I am, kind of, but she is doing, what is the smaller ones called? They're called something. And if I were smart, I would have looked it up. The Story Keeps, no, the Story Keeps are the long skinny ones. Quick minis. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She's doing the smaller one. So between the three of us, we have one doing a small one, you doing the regular one, and me doing the max color. And we're all kind of starting at the same point. I'm thinking that we need to hashtag it, figure out a hashtag between the three of us so we can watch all three of them to come together. I think it would be amazing to watch them come together. She has some amazing other pieces too. And she's really fun to watch. So you should go check her out. And then They're not new, but they're new to me. I just found them and they're hilarious. They are the Sunshine Stitchers. I want to meet every single one of them. They are amazing. Notifications. Somebody remind me next time to turn my notifications off. Just shoot me a text message when you get that tingling that I'm going to make a video. Anyways, moving on. They're amazing. They are hilarious. I love watching them. And yes, School of Magical Stitches and Letters is a cult. Yes, it is. Yeah. Part of that. All about it. So anyways, we will see you guys back in about 2 weeks. I'm super excited. I am pumped. The weather is getting so much better. We hit 60 degrees. I'm running around in shorts and my Converses, and husband's working out in the truck. We're out playing in water. And I know some of you are going, oh my gosh, it's 60 degrees. What are you doing? 60 degrees is warm. So we are having a blast and we are feeling so much better. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.